where does a woman find her value?
Yeah.
I would probably say I found my value from my lessons in life, my lessons. I've also found my value by way of my flaws,
Okay.
Good
the
call.
things that I'm
Yeah.
not comfortable
Yeah.
with that has
Mhm.
proven to be strengths,
That's good.
the things that people may have rejected.
Mhm.
And also, there's
That's good.
value in pain.
You're
There's
not lying,
value in
sis.
There
pain.
is.
You're not
There's
lying, sis.
purpose in pain. And really cultivating who we are
Yeah.
as women,
Mhm.
flaws and all. So when
Yes.
I think about that, those are the three things that come to mind for me.
What about you, Queen Sheba? Why do you believe women are powerful?
Oh,
Because I know
wow.
you believe that.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
It's like your life mission to empower women. That's what I
Advocate.
advocate. Okay.
I would
Oh, it's a
probably
good
say an
word.
advocate
Good
I
word.
like
Yeah.
for
that.
women.
Advocate.
I agree.
Mhm.
I like that.
Why are women powerful? I think it's a natural gift.
Mhm.
And I think there's different shades and forms of
Mhm.
power when we think about femininity,
Mhm.
woman. I think women are cultivators of life.
Mhm.
You know,
Sure.
women can breathe life into anything. And I'm not just talking about birth.
It's true.
You know, I'm talking about rooms, situations,
Yes.
relationships, conversations. So when we think about that power, I think we're like a living well where people can come if they're
Well said.
thirsty. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Well said.
To quench that thirst.
Mhm.
So
Absolutely.
that's a power that a woman brings to the table
Mhm.
without having to say a word.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Agreed.
You know, so when you
Agreed.
think about power and you think about hurricanes, when I think of women, I think that's why they know. That's why they name or tend to name storms after
After
people.
women.
That's
Yeah.
That's
good.
very
So that's
true.
my
That's a good
short
one.
snippet
Yes.
and cliff note
That's
of why
good.
women are powerful.
Excellent.
For
Do you
sure.
have a woman in your life that you deem the powerful woman, or
There's been
multiple?
several, and I
Okay.
call them my sheroes.
Mhm.
Me too.
My sheroes, yes. There's so many that I've come to know by way of passing, by way
Yeah.
of admiration, whether it's in the physical or online.
Yes.
There's just so many
There are.
that I can name. But if I have to name one, it was probably teachers
Oh, that's good.
that poured into me,
Yes.
you know, as a student,
Mhm.
academically,
Mhm.
to never
I like that.
they never dimmed my light. They encouraged me to
Yeah.
go, to go, to go. So most women that when
like that.
when I think about
Mhm.
examples,
Mhm.
it was women that said, keep going,
Mhm.
you know,
Agreed.
keep
Mhm.
going.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I love that.
I love that too.
I'm trying to think of the woman in my life that I
Yeah.
would say. There is actually one. I'm going to name her, and I think you will all know who she is when I say Lady Iris.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness.
Were you expecting that?
No.
It's
Oh,
actually funny.
wow.
There's so many great women in our lives.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know,
Oh,
may I
man.
share? She is my sister. So
Oh, okay.
she.
I don't know what we're sharing. Okay.
Well,
Glad it was that.
yeah. So she's my sister. So a lot of times I would look up to her because I just loved how she lived her life. I feel like she was always pouring into others. She always cared. She always put herself last. It's like, okay,
Yeah, very good.
I'm tired. Has everyone eaten? I've been working all day. I cooked, I cleaned. Does anybody else need anything? And I know she was like the parent when our parents weren't there. Like she was
Oh,
always
wow.
looking out. It's like they didn't have to worry if Iris was there. Like, don't worry. She'll take care of it. She'll watch them like probably better than we would because she was always like a force to be reckoned with even from childhood. So yes, and I love that she always
I'm
keeps
glad
her
she likes that now. At the
Yeah,
time.
I used to
Now?
hate
Hold on.
it. Oh my god, I used to hate it. But
You're still bossy. I'm like, I'm sorry.
yes, but I think you develop your personality when you're young, and you find a problem with it when you're children. But then you realize when you're an adult, you need that personality. But it's harnessed in this little body, and it's not okay. Like you can't boss me. But when you're in the corporate
That's
world,
funny.
you need that bossiness to be able to
Yeah.
get things done and delegate properly. But you're telling your brothers and sisters, do this, do this, do this. But
That did happen.
yes, I was like, you're not my mom. But I always love that you have such amazing character, and I think that when you come into a room, even in an environment, you change it, just like what you said, Queen
Yeah.
Shiva. So I've always noticed that about her. It's like if she takes a job, she's starting programs, she's bettering the school. She's bringing everyone along. Now we didn't have a choir. Let's start a choir and make kids who didn't even know they could sing, teach them how to sing, and then it carries on even after she leaves. So it's like she betters the environment. Even if people are swearing and cursing, they're like, they know she has a high standard. Oh, I can't do this around her because she just won't allow it, So I love that she always upholds the standard no matter what. I feel like she could be in a stadium full of people telling her she's wrong and she's going to uphold truth, no matter what. So that's what I love about her. And I think that there's power in that. As far as power in women, I feel like women have a power that men are totally unaware of. I think men have this strength and it's in their arm, it's in their body. They're intelligent. But there was a quote that I read recently, and they said the wisest man in the world, who's also the richest, Solomon, and the strongest man that ever lived, Samson, were both taken down by women. Delilah and Sheba.
Ha ha ha.
Ooh, Sheba.
I was about to say, hold on, wait a minute. That sounds
wait
familiar.
a minute, my name.
Queen Sheba took him down after taking him. You remember, she went bearing gifts.
Yeah, she did.
Because she wanted to be entertained by his. She actually tested him. So women do test. This is since the beginning of time. She tested his knowledge and his wisdom.
Yes.
And then gifted him.
Yeah.
She did.
Yeah.
So I think that there's different types of powerful women. So they come in all forms, shapes, and sizes.
Agreed.
So my next question is, where do women find their value? Because in today's world, I feel like the woman is being attacked from all different arenas. So that can wear on you.
Yeah.
When you go home and you're a quiet place and you think about everything that's been thrown at you, every word, work, your children, maybe your husband, where do you go to find your value? Where can a woman go if she's looking, I need to feel more valuable because everyone's trying to tear me down? Where does that come from?
That's a good question. I'll take a stab at it.
Go for it.
So when you were asking where does a woman find her value?
Yeah.
I would probably say I found my value from my lessons in life, my lessons. I've also found my value by way of my flaws.
Okay.
The things that I'm not comfortable with that has proven to be strengths.
That's good.
The things that people may have rejected. And also there's value in pain. There's value in pain. There's purpose in pain. And really cultivating who we are as women, flaws and all. So when I think about that, those are the three things that come to mind for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that. That's beautiful.
What about you, Iris? Where would you say a woman finds her value?
Well, if I can speak just from experience, I work with youth and youth development. And one of the things we've learned this year, just talking to the kids, having conversations and surveying them, one of the things they're saying is they're learning a lot. They learn better from just hearing about our journey. They don't really want to be talked at. They don't want to be, they want just, what's your life been like? Here's my story. And they want to kind of glean from that. So from my standpoint, should I pause? Okay. From my standpoint, I think, and I only can share from my own experience, it's more of, I feel like my value has come from those that have surrounded me, those that have uplifted me, whether it be parents, friends, family, sisters.
Yeah.
When I say sisters, not just blood, but I mean women that have become like sisters to me.
Yeah.
Women that know, like just from a phone call, hey, are you okay? Is everything good? I feel like women, I've always felt it important that women uplift each other. I always hate going into a place where I see women tearing each other down. It really upsets me because I feel like we should be each other's greatest champions. We should be each other's greatest encouragers. So, but for me as a woman of faith, I feel like I found my value in God because I feel like I found it in his word saying that I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. So there's times when society is saying one thing about me. There's times where I feel like the world and media is saying one thing about, and just specifically being a Black woman, I do find it's very important that I go back to the source. And if I'm fearfully and wonderfully made and my creator thinks I'm special and valued, then I need to stick with that. Because the world can change on me 1 minute to the next. They could be saying I'm great one day and then leave me on the streets another. So I got to make sure that I encourage myself. and that I always support those that I see need encouragement.
Yeah.